All right, folks. Brian Blessing in Las Vegas here at bangthebook.com. Check out the Sports Betting Podcast with Adam Burke. Great information as we gear up for the big game. More props. We did Brady, but let's talk about another aspect of the New England offense, and that's the running game. When you think of the Patriots, you think of Brady slinging it all over the field, and you think of Gronkowski. But no, there's James White's been a playoff machine, Super Bowl machine, and the running backs could actually be a large component to the Patriots' success in this game. So how do we react to them with the offerings that are available on the board in terms of props? Let's focus on Dion Lewis. It's a breakaway threat for the Patriots. Don't forget, at the end of the game, they went conservative against the Jags on 3rd and 9, gave it to Lewis, and on the ground, he picked up the first down to close out the Jags. Listed at 51.5 total rushing yards for Dion Lewis. His longest rush is over under 14.5 yards. And will Lewis score a touchdown? The no is the big favorite, minus 220, because at the goal line, you'd likely be looking at a guy like James White. Will Lewis score a touchdown in the first half? No, minus $6. If you think he's going to get a score and you want to get daring, plus 4.25 to get one in the first half. Now, Lewis is certainly capable of providing some offense through the air as well, out of the backfield. He's projected for 29.5 receiving yards. So looking for Dion Lewis to be a pretty healthy component of the game plan for Belichick and the Patriots in this game. Total receptions by Lewis is listed at 4.5. Now let's get to James White, and this is the guy that just has a penchant in the big games to find his way into the end zone. Total rushing yards by James White, only 10.5, but it'll be a different animal when we get to the touchdown aspect of things. His longest rush is listed at 5.5 yards. And his total rushing attempts are only listed at 3.5 carries for James White. Now, the no is minus 330 for him to score a touchdown, but he's plus 260. That is a really good price for a guy that they can throw it to or hand it off because they trust him at the goal line, and they especially trust James White in the big game, in the playoffs. That might be one you saddle up to, plus 260 for White to get a touchdown. He's proven he can do it. Now, receiving yards by White, they're also looking for him to be very active out of the backfield. That's the other thing. If you're looking at a running back that's projected to get 27.5 receiving yards, it could be a swing pass from the 12 that he runs in. And White, I think, is the goal line guy. He would be, if I was going to play a touchdown scored by the Patriots, White would certainly be the guy I would take a long, hard look at. Total receptions by White, 3.5 yards. And don't forget about Rex Burkhead, who's also a threat out of the backfield. The funny thing is, he's been nicked up. And every blue moon, when Burkhead gets in there, he becomes a focal point of a game plan. Burkhead could be a real sneaky value play in here. The no for him to score a touchdown is minus $3, plus 240 if he were able to get it in there. So we focus on Brady and the Patriots, and we think Brady throwing touchdown passes, but it's the running backs that could provide some real opportunity for you. When you're doing props, it all comes down to your handicap of the game, trying to decipher who are the player or players that could be focal points of a game plan. The other aspect of it is, a lot of times the individual players that go over in props are on the team that was actually behind and in chase mode, and maybe the losers, team-wise, are the big winners for you from the propositions perspective. Check out the Sports Betting Podcast with Adam Burke, bangthebook.com. I'm Brian Blessing. I love joining Adam on the podcast. Glad to bring you videos. Follow along on Twitter as well at Bang the Book. Brian Blessing in Las Vegas. More to come on the big game.